Madam Speaker, at this time I would like to yield 6 minutes to Ms. Ros-Lehtinen, the ranking member of the International Relations Committee. Ms. Ros-Lehtinen from Florida.
The gentlewoman from Florida is recognized for 6 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the gentleman for yielding. Madam Speaker, a prominent feature of this debate has been two sharply contrasting visions.
Conversations, take them off the floor. Gentlewoman is entitled to have her remarks heard. Gentlewoman may resume.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. A prominent feature of this debate has been two sharply contrasting visions of the future. One vision sees no hope for us in Iraq and counsels that we withdraw, just give up. By contrast, the other vision focuses on success. We understand what accepting defeat means for Iraq.
Gentlewoman will suspend. I think members are eager to know when the House is going to finish its business today. You're slowing it down by talking so much on the floor and interrupting the time of the gentlewoman. So take your conversations off the floor, please. Gentlewoman can resume.
Again, I thank you, Madam Speaker, for that. We understand what accepting defeat means for Iraq, the region, and our nation's security interest. We support modifications in strategy to address the enemy's changing tactics, and we are committed to destroying the enemy before the enemy can destroy us. This success policy is rooted in the fabric of the American character, in our belief in the ability of our troops to achieve success in Iraq, in Afghanistan, and on all the fronts on this global war against Islamic militant jihadists. The resolution at the center of this debate, Madam Speaker, lacks hope. It accepts defeat. It opposes reinforcements for our troops on the battlefields, reinforcements that strengthens their capacity to confront the enemy and succeed in their mission. General Petraeus said that he cannot accomplish his mission without the deployment of additional U.S. forces. This resolution, however, announces that Congress will deny the commander in Iraq the means he says he needs to win. This resolution seeks to transform this House into 435 generals. What is the next step in the strategy, Madam Speaker, after the crippling of our war effort? We know from statements and bills that have been introduced that plans will mandate the nature and the timing of a withdrawal by placing limitations on the funding of our efforts. A vote for this resolution, then, is a vote to proceed toward defunding of our troops. Some believe that the impact of these decisions is confined to Iraq, but Iraq is only one front in the global war against radical Islamic jihadists. This is a war without boundaries. This is a war that poses the greatest challenge to our generation. And I will quote al-Zawahiri in his own words. He describes this fight in this way: Afghanistan and Iraq are the two most important fields for confronting the contemporary crusader. Therefore, the Muslim nation should support the Mujahideen in these two countries with all its power. Those are al-Zawahiri's own words. He talks about the war in Iraq as being central. He added that Iraq is the gateway to the liberation of Palestine and the restoration of the Islamic Caliphate. Iran's leader has echoed similar views. He stated, "We will soon experience a world without the United States." And he goes on to state, "We must prepare ourselves to rule the world." So the enemy understands what is at stake. We must also. Once the retreat has started, where will it stop? Afghanistan, the Persian Gulf, the entire Middle East? Once we have abandoned our allies in Iraq, why should anyone in the world believe when we say that we draw a line in the sand and say that we will never abandon them? Lawrence Haas, a former communications director for Vice President Gore, stated recently, "Our enemies anticipate that Iraq will be the latest chapter in the book of American defeatism. Our withdrawal will embolden them to push ahead, confident that we lack the stomach for confrontation, that our commitments mean nothing, that they can win simply by outlasting us." A withdrawal in this generational fight, Madam Speaker, will ensure that what is to come will be even worse. While urging a withdrawal, some state that they support the troops, but as leaders of the American Legion and the Veterans for Foreign Wars have stated, you cannot separate the warrior from the war. My stepson, Douglas Lehtinen, and his wife, Lindsay, proudly served as Marine pilots in Iraq, and Lindsay will soon leave for a tour in Afghanistan. Far from seeing their mission as hopeless, far from urging withdrawal, they and their fellow servicemen and women are committed to victory. They are so confident in that success that they are willing to risk their lives to secure it. They would tell you that victory can never be ensured, but that we can make defeat inevitable by giving our consent. The hopelessness from which this resolution springs is alien to our American spirit, and it runs contrary to our history. What Thomas Paine said over 2 centuries ago stands still today. These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of their country, but he that stands by it now deserves the love and the thanks of every man and woman. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered, yet we have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. If you like the status quo in Iraq, Madam Speaker, then you vote yes on this resolution. If you favor a mission of success in defeating the Islamic militant jihadists who are our enemies, then please vote no on this resolution. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Gentlewoman's time has expired. Gentleman from